I was born from immigrants, an Irish and Lebanese, an Irish father, Lebanese mother. And by the time I hit 7, it was clear I had some really big problems in math and reading, going back to the education, because I had a really bad case of dyslexia. And so in those days, dyslexic, outcomes were bad because you really fell behind in school. And they didn't really understand how it worked. And luckily, I was very fortunate. My mother was desperate. She was trying to find a solution for this because I was falling behind really quickly in those critical years in early school. And so she found this woman named Marjorie Golick, who had an experimental. Sam Rabinovich and Marjorie Golick were researchers. They're published all around the world now. But they basically thought they could take dyslexic children after school, maybe 12 or 18, and put them into an experimental program where they try and convince the kids that dyslexia is actually a superpower that other people don't have, so that your confidence really advances. And that's what they ended up doing with me. They said, look, do you know anybody else in your class that can read a book upside down in a mirror? No, you're the only guy that can do it. That's power. They wish they could do it, they can't. And so that started to give me the confidence, because dyslexia doesn't really retard learning, it just makes the incumbent tools in schools useless to you. I mean, nobody gives you a book upside down in a mirror. You have to learn how to deal with what dyslexia does. And once I had that solved, it was a very interesting acceleration that occurred. And you find in business today all kinds of founders of companies, like the guy that founded JetBlue, a really bad case of dyslexia. I think it helps you think outside of the box. And I've always thought business is half creativity that comes from the chaos of the arts and half the discipline of science. Business is binary. You either make money or you lose it. I think great CEOs, great entrepreneurs combine the chaos of art with the discipline of science. And I believe that to be the case, and I look for that in the people I invest in now. And I think that dyslexic, chaos for me was a pivotal point and a catalyst that I could build some of my, direction off.
Your greatest weakness can become your greatest strength. The thing that you are the most insecure about, most afraid of, most worried about, that you tell yourself that you suck at, that thing can become your superpower if you let it. Just a little mindset shift to recognize that you are special, you are a unique snowflake, you are different, and to embrace that instead of trying to be normal in the thing that you're not. So for example, I look at myself and I'm introverted, I'm shy, I'm afraid to get on stage. My biggest fear is disappointing people. And for years, the biggest fight with my agent was that I didn't want to be famous. He would say, and this guy's, has been a huge blessing in my life, helped manage Mel Robbins and Grant Cardone and a bunch of other people. And I met him early enough on in my journey that he